Welcome everyone to tonight's LCTV telecast between the Maynard Tigers and the Littleton Tigers. My name is Ryan Vallon. I'm here at Alumni Field with Mike Fontanella. Mike, we talked about goals in the beginning of the season. What can you tell us about that?
So, Ryan, we've been on the road for 2 weeks, and the Tigers did a nice job at taking care of business. The goals we talked about at the beginning of the year were winning the league title, getting a high seed in the playoffs, and making a deep run in the playoffs. Tonight's game is big. Right now, the Tigers are undefeated in league play. Everybody else has at least one loss. We've got 2 league games left after this, Lunenburg and Lunenburg and Air, but I think tonight's going to be the toughest opponent left in league play. So if they can get a win tonight, they'll put a chokehold on the league title. It won't be mathematically secure, but they'll have a good hold on it. The other thing is they're currently in first place of the top seed in Central Mass Division 6 playoffs, but there's still 2 games left to play to determine the playoff seeds. If they can win tonight and then win against Lunenburg, it's mathematically certain they will have the #1 seed in the playoffs, which will prime them for 3 home games in the playoffs if they keep winning in a deep run, and hopefully they'll get to where they want to be.
All right, and we also want to talk about a player from Maynard, Sean Peterson. Looks like he will not be playing tonight. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, that's a tough loss for them. He is a senior tailback. He had 350 yards rushing in the first 2 games of the year before he got hurt. Last year against Littleton over in Maynard, he had 300 yards of total offense. He had 200 yards rushing from scrimmage, and he had an 80-yard kick return for a touchdown. He's a dynamic player, and they're definitely going to miss him. However, he's been out for like 3 weeks, and they keep winning. His brother, a sophomore, is actually picking up most of the slack, so it stays in the family. But without Sean Peterson on the field, the Tigers are definitely in a better. The Littleton Tigers are definitely in a better position than if he were out there, and I think it'll help them. I would say they were probably a touchdown favorite with Peterson in the game, and they're probably closer to 2 or 3 touchdown favorites now without him. But they still got to go play the ball game.
On the Littleton side, we have Brendan Williams not playing tonight. Adam DeCoste, who missed pretty much a week of school. He was in the hospital for a long time, so is that going to be a big loss as well?
I don't think so. I mean, I think the defensive line's a little banged up, and that's where they've been struggling the most. So to lose players on the defensive line is a little problematic. But and the problem is Maynard is a rushing team, so the defensive line play is going to be significant. So they are down a little bit, but the guys that are out there will give it their best shot, and I think they'll be okay.
Yes, and during the St. Bernard's game last week, Stephen Collins, number 51, went down on a vicious injury to the neck. It took about, 30 minutes for the ambulance to come. He's going to be playing tonight. I asked Coach Lynn. He said he's going to be playing tonight. And is that good for Littleton?
Oh, absolutely. He's been doing a really good job at linebacker and run support and stuff. So having him back on the field, it's funny. It looked like a serious injury. He did go off on a stretcher. He beat everybody back to the high school last Friday night. He was back there before the bus was. So it turned out, fortunately, not to be very serious at all, and he's back in the uniform and ready to go.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, everybody, and we will see you for kickoff on the Tiger Bowl. Thank you. Do you want to know what's going on in Littleton Community Television? Here's what LCTV used to look like. Now, we shoot in high definition. Wow, look at that color. Remember the days we used to use videotapes? Well, we're all digital now. Instead of doing this, you can do this. Our HD cameras are all robotic. Our editing suites have a 27-inch fully loaded iMac with the latest editing software, Final Cut Pro 10. The coolest features are new green screen set. You can go from the newsroom to the sports desk with virtual sets that you create. If you want to get involved with LCTV, call the station at 978-540-24TV. That's 978-540-2488. LCTV rules. Told you it was cool.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're here for kickoff for tonight's homecoming game. The Littleton Tigers and the Maynard Tigers. So, Ryan, we got to be careful. You can't just say Tigers.
Yes, you have to specify it. And also, it's also the pink game. It's for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which is the month of October. So,
a lot of pink socks, pink wristbands, and other paraphernalia. here. The Maynard Tigers won the toss and decided to receive the ball to start the game, trying to get their high-powered run offense out onto the field. So the Tigers come out on defense after the kick. Looks like Eric Rocker, the freshman, on to start the game here. A little squib kick, taking a little bounce, field on about the 35-yard line. Good coverage here by the Tigers. The Maynard Tigers have returned several kicks for touchdowns already. That will bring up a 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line.
Don't forget, Littleton has done that too.
Yeah, last year's game between these two teams was unbelievable. I want to say it was like 14-7 at the half. And the final score was something like 56-42.
Yeah, it was very close.
Both teams were going up and down the field for long touchdowns. But yeah, the Maynard Tigers have a very powerful running attack. Definitely put a lot of pressure on the Littleton Tiger defensive line. So here we go, 1st and 10 for Maynard from the 41-yard line.
Under center. Hand off the middle, number 32.
Stephen Peterson, Sean Peterson. Sean, the injured tailback, the senior star tailback, is injured. His brother, sophomore, getting quite a few carries. So his brother out of the lineup. That's good for about 4 yards.
Peterson came right up through the middle. So that's something that Littleton has to take note of. The Littleton Tiger defense has not been covering well on in the middle. We witnessed that for the St. Bernard's games. They were just running up the middle. We witnessed that for the Narragansett game. They were running up through the middle. I believe we saw that for the Clinton game as well. They were running right up through the middle. So that has to be the focus of practice for defense. And I heard from one of the players that all they were doing is defense for practice. So they need to buckle down on defense.
There's going to be a handoff to the home side of the field. That is number 23.
Very short game. Matty Jackson on the hit, Ryan Clark in on the hit, Chris Renasio playing inside linebacker. Playing outside linebacker earlier in the year, but they've jiggered the defense a little bit. Chris is the sophomore linebacker now playing on the inside in on that hit, so that's going to bring up 3rd and about 4.
Short game on the play. We're going to take 3rd down and 5 for Maynard.
47-yard line.
Well, they ran it outside that time, and they didn't get much.
Right. I think your point you made earlier around was exactly right. Running between the tackles, the Tigers will be giving up some yards, but it's very difficult for the opponents to run outside and get outside the corners. Littleton is so fast, and they're very good on the corners, but they definitely have some troubles between the tackles. So here we go, 3rd and about 4 yards to go for Maynard on the opening drive of the game. Inside handoff to Peterson. He's working hard. Oh, he's not going to get the first down mark. He's very close to midfield. He needs to get to about the 48-yard line of Littleton. He's definitely short, so with the ball at midfield, 4th and short, we'll see what kind of strategy here Maynard decides on Ryan. Kick or go.
Looks like they might be going for it, I think. Well, this time they ran up the middle and they didn't get anything. So that's a good example of the Littleton defense recognizing that we need to work on the middle, and they did it perfectly, and it keeps Maynard from the first down.
Will be on sale until halftime.
Momentarily, so they are going to go for it. They feel the risk of field position, trying to convert a first down here on the opening series.
It's a 4th down, and Maynard is going for it.
And after Peterson always got a good hole there, he's going to get a first down. He's not going to get a whole lot more, but he got what he needed. He's going to bring the ball over midfield into Littleton territory. Ball on about the 45-yard line, so Maynard converts on 4th down to keep their opening drive going.
So the first down, we're going to be 1st down and 10.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line.
From the Tiger 45-yard line.
Well, again, he ran right through the middle. So I think we're going to be seeing a lot of running through the middle for Maynard, because that looks like it's going to be the only thing working for them. They haven't passed yet, and as we all know, if they try to pass, it could be trouble, because it's going to end up in the hands of Travis Bassett or Peter Murphy.
Peterson's going to get the call again.
Peterson again, another good hole and good power running right up the middle. The file's still moving. That's going to be good for a first down. Nothing fancy there, but the Maynard offensive line is getting a lot of push downfield right now. The linebackers for Littleton really aren't getting a chance to get to the line of scrimmage because the defensive line is getting bowed backwards. And that's good for another first down. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 from the Littleton 34-yard line. The other thing you can see here, Ryan, is that Maynard is not in a hurry.
Yeah, they're definitely not in a hurry.
I think that they're happy to try and keep this drive sustained and let the clock run, trying to keep the high-powered Littleton offense on the sideline for as long as they can.
Well, it's been almost 4 minutes.
So Maynard has a 1st and 10.
So they're taking their time. They're trying to bleed out the clock, and that's a good way to win, too. But it also can come back to
Good job there. Ryan on a blitz and nails Peterson for a loss there on 1st down. That'll be
Peterson for no gain on the play.
4-yard loss there, bringing up 2nd and 14. So Carlo Ferrante, defensive coordinator, putting the blitz on, and it paid off.
Yeah, it definitely paid off. Ryan Clark is a linebacker. He came from almost the secondary and got right through the line and right past Maynard players, and finally got to the quarterback. Good sack. So,
all right, so after that loss of yardage, that'll bring up the first real long yardage situation Maynard has. 2nd and about 14. Oh, good job by the Tiger defense. That time it was Danny Jackson on a blitz. He didn't make the tackle, but he pushed the play backwards long enough to let the pursuit catch up Ryan. Another loss of yards.
yeah, it's going to be 3rd down now, and I believe 14 still. So, you know, this has to be a very big stop for Littleton.
No gain on the play. It will be 3rd
Very
down.
big stop for Littleton if they want to get it to a 4th down. And it's going to be, you know, it's 3rd and 15, 3rd and 14, excuse me. So this has to be a very big stop.
Yeah, I think that based on the yardage, the field position, I think Maynard will go for it on 4th down, even if they don't get anything here. So it's still a 2-down stop from here. But obviously the Tigers have done a better job than they did on the first couple of series here. Downs, and definitely putting Maynard in the hole. So let's see if they can take advantage of that. 3rd down, 3rd and about 16 yards to go. Maynard's going to go for a reverse. We're going to keep the ball on the ground.
Number 23.
Oh, they got some good yards on that. Not enough for the first down, but it definitely put them in striking distance. They can go for it on 4th down.
That was a good crisscross in the back. And that's what Maynard wanted. They probably didn't want the first down right away. Of course, every team would want one. But now it's 4th and 5. So now they have they have less yardage to get the first down.
I think you're right. I think they were willing to, even though that kind of play isn't necessarily designed to pick up a long yardage gain, they got enough of it to give themselves some more of a fighting chance on 4th down than they otherwise would have had if they threw an incomplete pass or something. So with just under 5 minutes to go here in the opening period, Maynard still on the first drive of the game, but a big 4th down here for Littleton. See if they can get a stop and get the offense on the field.
4th and 5, and Maynard is going for it.
Arcad deciding to hand off to Peterson. Oh, he bowls him over. That's going to be come down to the spot. Oh, boy, he knew where that first down marker was. He just ran somebody over to get it. Yep, good for a first down. So Littleton still not able to come up with a stop they needed. That's 2 4th down conversions so far from Maynard on this drive.
And I believe both of them were by Stephen Peterson.
Yep. So that's going to bring up 1st and 10 from about the 22-yard line. The Tigers, this was the theme in the last 2 weeks on the road. We went to both games together, Ryan, is the Tigers are giving up yards, and they're giving up some points, not a lot. They do get the stops they need. So this isn't unfamiliar territory for the Tigers to give up a few first downs during the drive and then try to find that stop when they get down closer to the goal line.
Well, yeah, the St. Bernard's game, they were down 22-6, and that is unlikely for the Littleton Tigers.
Yeah. And they came roaring back. They down 22-6. They went on a 40-0 run to take a 46-22 lead and ended up winning the game fairly easily after being in a hole like that. So that's the thing. I mean, they can give up some yards. They can even give up some points. And it's although Maynard has to be happy with the clock management right now. This is exactly the kind of game plan. You can see the coach. Literally, he knows what play he's going to call. But he just doesn't hurry to send that quarterback back to the huddle.
Yeah.
He knows the clock is as much of either be a friend or an enemy to him tonight, and so far it's been his friend, but we'll see how it goes here. Short gain, 2nd and 6 here with under 3.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Peterson went the wrong way on that time. Bobble on the exchange, and that's going to be a very short, if any, game there. A little mix-up and signal between the quarterback and the tailback. 3rd and 6.
No gain on the ball. 3rd down and 6 for Maynard. And the clock continues to run.
So if Maynard does not get this touchdown, they pretty much just wasted entire first quarter.
Right, and that's almost a victory for them in terms of, you know, think about it. If they can hold the Tigers to 4 possessions, the worst they can do is give up 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
You know, so and, you know, that's probably still too many. But on the other hand, if they only have to defend 4 times and they get 1 or 2 stops, now it's only 2 touchdown game. Now they're in a ball game. Yeah, we'll see if how that transpires. But 3rd and 6 here for Maynard on the opening drive of the game. Well, counter inside handoff there. Boy, those Maynard guys are really getting some yards after the initial hit. They're really working hard. That is going to be another first down. That's a couple of times, Ryan, the Tiger defense has hit the ball carrier well short of the first down, but they just can't finish the play quickly enough, and Maynard backs managed to scratch out a first down.
You're right, and one problem that Littleton lacks is big linemen. Now, granted, they do have Brendan Williams, but he's out.
2 minutes to go in the first.
He injured his knee during the St. Bernard's game, so he's out. So you don't have a big lineman. Yeah, and I believe I think the biggest lineman is Andy McGregor.
Yeah.
And so we all know that Brendan Williams is a lot bigger than that, and they don't have anyone to fill those gaps.
So 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line.
Peterson
up the middle, touchdown, Maynard. He went untouched up the gut. That's what you talked about, Ryan. Running right actually, he ran between the guards. He didn't even have to go between the tackles. He went between the guards and untouched for the opening touchdown here with 1 minute and 38 seconds. But that was about a 9.5-minute drive, and it was good for a touchdown. So they got just about everything they wanted out of that drive. A long drive, chewed the clock, scored. Now we'll see what they do for the conversion. They're actually going to try and kick the conversion.
Yes, Preston Wilkie, I believe, is the one that's going to be kicking. He's a senior captain. During the warm-ups, I saw him kick. He has a good leg.
Ball is down.
Oh, it's low and no good.
No good that time.
That's the other thing, Ryan. You know, if it's only a few touchdowns each kind of game, then conversions are going to become a very big factor. And if they're going for 1 each time and we're going for 2, which is what Coach Lynn has decided to do this year, he's a shooting kicking game, and he's going for 2. If we can convert a couple of times, and even if it turns out that both teams score an equal number of touchdowns, you can win the game on conversion. So even though Maynard got almost all they wanted out of that drive, they did not get a conversion. So 6-0 here with 1 minute and 38 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and the Tiger offense yet to touch the football. Hopefully they'll cover the kick here, get a good return, some good yards, and we'll drop it some, see if they can answer that opening. Very impressive opening drive by the Maynard.
You're right, and one thing that I noticed by Maynard is they took their time. They didn't go nervous, because they knew that the Littleton Tigers, they knew their record, and they know that how much damage they can do. And they took their time. They took about what, like 9 minutes, you said?
9 minutes, yeah.
That's nuts. And they got all the way down the field and scored a touchdown. That's everything they wanted. Except for the point of force.
Travis Bassett back deep for the Tigers.
Right, Travis Bassett back deep with Pete Murphy and Connor Bassett right next to him. It's going to be a high, lofted kick. And that's Brad Magnuson. Good coverage there by the ball's up in the air for so long. Plenty of time for the Maynard defenders to downfield. A very short return, but it will be 1st and 10 for the Littleton Tigers. The ball on their own 38-yard line.
And that's just basically like a really high swing. Didn't go very far. Went really high. So
yeah, he didn't miss that. He deliberately didn't kick it that far. He didn't want to kick it to the deep guys who were big threats to go.
Yeah. Which is good for the kicker because he's done his homework. He watched the game film and saw that Littleton can run it.
There goes Bassett up the middle, bouncing to the outside. Got the sideline. He's going to get a big gain. It's a race to the goal line now. He's going to get run down, but not before he gets all the way inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line. So that is a big run there, good for about 45 yards.
That's a tremendous game for the Tigers, and they need to score here in the opening quarter to match this score. 6-0 right now, Maynard.
Ball down to the 14-yard line, so 1st and 10 for Littleton from the Maynard 14-yard line. Big run there by Bassett. They're going to go right back to him. Right behind his wall, good patience there. He's not going to get not as many yards, obviously, but he's still got about 5 good yards on that, taking his time, letting his blockers do their job. So we're going to come under a minute here to go in a 5-yard gain, 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. Ball on the 10-yard line.
Travis Bassett just passed 1,700 career rushing yards.
This time it's McLaughlin putting the ball into the belly of Bassett and pulling it out, and we're getting a short gain there. He's not going to get enough for a first, but he's going to get down to about the 7-yard line for about 3rd and 3.
From about the Maynard 6-yard line.
Tigers staying with the spread look. Bassett in the backfield with McLaughlin. McLaughlin's going to hand it off to Bassett. He's going up the middle. It should be good for a first down there. Oh, touchdown. Even better. Even better. Nice effort by Bassett there. Good offensive. Quite a contrast, Ryan, in offensive series, right? The Maynard driving the ball downfield, play-by-play, 2 4th-down conversions. Took 9.5 minutes to score, and then the Tigers scored in less than a minute and a half.
Yeah, they've got what they wanted. 15 seconds to go. They have a touchdown. Now they want to score, and they're going to go for 2, as you mentioned, that they do every year.
Yeah, let's see if they get the conversions. I think are going to end up being something to talk about all night long. This could be a big deal. Let's see if they can get a conversion. They're going to stay with the spread. Full house backfield though. Ball to Matty Jackson. He's stacked up and he's going to be short. So no conversion there. So 6-6 is the score with 15 seconds left to go here in the quarter. But like I say, Ryan, definitely a contrast in style. So let's see if the Tiger defense can try to throw a monkey wrench in the Maynard game plan and change the pace of the game a little bit.
Exactly. And the Maynard Tigers are recognizing that, okay, running up the middle is... 2, 3, running up the middle is working.
5, 6.
And here are the
Littleton cheerleaders knocking out their push-ups.
As I was saying, Maynard is starting to recognize now that they can run through the middle and they can get yards, especially with Stephen Peterson in the backfield. And he can get right through. So that's something that Littleton has to adjust and can win this game.
All right, we'll see if Carlo Ferrante, the defensive coordinator, makes some adjustments in terms of how he stunts his linemen and brings his backers on blitzes. Oh, little onside kick here. Good bounce. Oh, it's touched. Oh, goes out of bounds. But a good try there by
Brad Maxson.
Yeah, I think it was Andy McGregor there on a little fake kick. Rocker faked it, he was going to go for it, and McGregor came out of there. He got a good bounce on it. He hit it the way he wanted to. But Maynard tipped the ball out of bounds, so they'll retain possession with the ball on their own 35-yard line.
Now, if this ball bounced probably 10 yards more in, I think Brad Maxson probably would have had that ball. Littleton had possession of it.
Yeah.
Who just got out. Good play, though.
Yeah, not a bad gamble because they really didn't give up that much in field position. 35-yard line is not a terrible starting position for the defense. So let's see if they can take advantage here. Peterson again. He's going to get 5 yards on that play. Tackled by Brad Magnuson after a gain downfield.
Brad Magnuson in on the stop.
Travis Bassett in there on support. And that is going to bring us to the end of the first quarter with the score tied at 6-6, and we'll be right back at it.
Do you want to know what's going on in Littleton Community Television? Here's what LCTV used to look like. Now, we shoot in high definition. Wow, look at that color. Remember the days we used to use videotapes? Well, we're all digital now. Instead of doing this, you can do this. Our HD cameras are all robotic. Our editing suites have a 27-inch fully loaded iMac with the latest editing software, Final Cut Pro 10. The coolest features are new green screen set. You can go from the newsroom to the sports desk with virtual sets that you create. If you want to get involved with LCTV, call the station at 978-540-24TV. That's 978-540-2488. LCTV rules. Told you it was cool.
welcome back for the second quarter. Ryan, we talked about at the top of the telecast. It is homecoming here tonight. It's a beautiful night for football. We are in October. It's a great time of year. And what was the news at the high school today about homecoming?
Well, the homecoming king and queen and court was announced. I totally forget the names, but you guys will see them at halftime for all those viewers out there.
It's a great night. We got the band, we got the cheerleaders. I know I've seen some alumni already when I was walking around before the game started. We'll have a good crowd tonight. And hopefully we'll end up with a good football game. So far it was a great first quarter.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 4 for Maynard on their second offensive possession of the game. Handoff there. Oh, some good penetration by the Tiger defense that time. That play was a little slower developing, and the Tiger got some significant penetration there.
Yep, they got through. And they closed their gaps, which is good because Maynard had nowhere to go.
Sam Presti was in on that this time, and Randy McGregor on the defensive line. Ned Truskowski making some good pressure there. That's again, that's what they look for the defensive line. They don't even necessarily have to make the tackle, but if they can get some push upfield, then that makes it easier for the linebackers to get in the gaps and fill and slow down that running attack. So that will bring up 3rd and 6 with the ball on the Maynard 44-yard line. Sorry, 30.
It's a 3rd down for Maynard.
And he's going to go for a sweep. He's trying to get the corner. The pursuit's there, and he's going to be well short of the first down. Nice job by Brad Magnuson and Nick Lombardi there. Oh, sorry, Pete Murphy. That was Pete Murphy shucking a block there and pursuing a play and stringing it out. And
no gain of play, but a 4th down and 5 for Maynard.
Yeah, he tried to run the outside this time, and a whole party of blue jerseys came right at him and knocked him out of bounds.
So the ball is on the 41-yard line, and it looks like they're going to punt. So Littleton doing what they need to do, getting a stop.
Well, that's very interesting because previous 4th downs they got right through. They got right through Littleton.
Oh, a little bit of a low snap, picked up.
He gets a high
field, and the Tigers are going to let it bounce. It's going to go sideways and downfield a little bit. So no return by Littleton. The ball's going to get down on the 20-yard line. Well, you're right, Ryan. They went for it on 4th down twice on the opening drive, but the field position was a little better. That was a little bit of a risk. The ball wasn't at midfield yet. It was 10 yards short. And if they hadn't gotten it, if they hadn't been able to convert, obviously they would have given Littleton very good field position. I think they were a little more cautious this time. But on the other hand, they really can't afford to give the ball back that quickly. That's not the game plan that we saw executing in the first quarter.
Yeah.
All right, so second offensive possession for the Tigers. Matt Jackson. Oh, good run there. They faked the handoff to Bassett and then gave the ball to Matt Jackson, sort of a delay action, and he got some good blocking downfield from Connor Bassett and ripped off a first down. That was good for about a 16-yard gain by Matt Jackson.
One thing that I'm noticing is that both teams are running. I don't think I've seen one pass.
No, you're exactly right. Nobody's thrown the ball yet. So here we go. 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Ball goes to Pete Murphy. Good block. Oh, good, nice play there by the Tiger defender. Maynard defender, number 75, Jack O'Callahan. He was shedding a block there and made a nice play there for no gain for Littleton. So 2nd and 10. So let's see if this time they decide to throw the ball for the first time in the game.
2nd down.
No, McLaughlin's going to carry on the quarterback draw. It's after a very short gain. Good tackling there by Maynard. So that's going to bring up 3rd and long. So after getting the first stop defensively, the Tiger offense picked up a quick first down, but now they're facing a 3rd and long.
Well, now I think this is the time to start passing, because we all know that Alex McLaughlin can throw the ball probably through the uprights where he is right now. So I believe that's what we're going to do right now.
Throwing down the sideline. Oh, incomplete. Just tried for Pete Murphy here midfield, and Pete Murphy's pretty sure-handed. Just got a little tough catch.
Yeah, so when Huntington's going to come out Joey the Coast, usually punts the balls away. Yep, and Glock is coming off.
So Tiger defense doing their job, but the offense unfortunately wasn't able to take advantage of it, so it's a 3 and out. And DeCoste back to punt. Good snap.
Back to punt with a high
fair catch signaled, and we're at the 39-yard line. So good kick by Joey DeCoste. Basically, they just traded field position.
Yeah.
This is where the Maynard's last drive fizzled. and they punted, and then our drive fizzled, and we punted back, and we're right where we were about 2 minutes ago. So 7 minutes and 53 seconds to go here in the first half. 6-6 in the homecoming game. And the Maynard Tigers on the field for their third offensive possession.
One thing I want to tell you is that this quarter is completely different than the first quarter. I mean, the first quarter, I mean, Maynard had it for the majority of it. And scored a touchdown. Littleton came back with probably, what, a couple minutes to play.
Peterson up the middle, and he's going to get a gain there for about 9 yards. So
it's very close to a first down.
Over midfield into Littleton territory. It's going to be 2nd and 1 from the Littleton 46-yard line.
Second down and short.
Oh, I'm sorry, just short of midfield. So you got to get to midfield for a first down. 2nd and very short.
And don't forget to support the snack shack. Nothing like a hot
This is an
chocolate
interesting stop for
and a
Littleton.
cheeseburger on a cool night like this.
I mean, I'm thinking that Peterson may run it back up the middle and probably get a few yards out of it, because I'm thinking that, you know, Littleton's defense is probably going to squish up on the line to stop the run through the middle.
And it'll be a handoff up the middle.
Not to Peterson this time, but it is good for a first down. So
Here's Brian Kiley. Sorry about that. Zach Uglovich.
Zach
Picks up a first down and crosses midfield.
So he is good for a first down. Uglovich with a first down for Maynard into Littleton territory. It is 1st and 10 on the Littleton 46-yard line. Under 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Well, let's see if Maynard decides to throw the ball this time.
I would be shocked. Shocked. Again, you know, it's not that they won't. I mean, I know they've thrown the ball in other games. I didn't read about in the paper, but it just defeats the purpose, because if they're incomplete, it stops the clock, which is as much of what they're trying to do is gain yards.
Yeah.
So, no, they're going to go back to the middle. Peterson again, and boy, I tell you, he is going 5 yards before he's getting touched most plays. The last series of downs, the Tigers actually did a good job and got some hits in the backfield, but so far this series, Maynard's back to the kind of game that they had going in the first quarter, where they're getting upfield before they get hit. So that's good for an 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2 with the ball on the Littleton 38-yard line, and we're going to get a timeout. Littleton. And we're looking at the chain crew across the way. There's Tom Rocker, who's been working the box, as he calls it, for many, many years, and Mr. Kish also helping out. I know you're too young to remember this, right? But George Ogilvy used to work the chains. George was a Littleton Athletic Hall of Fame member, and founded the Booster Club here many, many years ago, which has done a lot for the community, a lot for the Littleton sports programs. But he finally retired and gave the chains to somebody else, so got some new blood out there across the field. Looks like they took a time out there, Ryan. Coach Lynn and Coach Ferrante want to get the defense together and see if they can find out a way to get their energy level up, and maybe get some ideas about a way to slow this Tiger and Maynard running back down.
I think that during the halftime, which is about 6 minutes from now, that it's going to be all defense. Just the talk is going to be all defense. We know what Littleton can do on offense. We don't know what they can do on defense. I mean, we know what they've done, but we don't know what they can do.
It was very similar to 2 weeks ago in the Narragansett game, where Narragansett dominated the time of possession and the number of plays from scrimmage. Littleton actually came up with a fairly easy win. Offense was hitting on all cylinders, but unfortunately the offense only had the ball twice so far tonight, one for a touchdown, one for a 3 and out. So Maynard trying to keep this drive going, 2nd and about 6 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in the ball game. Excuse me, in the first half. Oh, there we go. A little hit there in the backfield. It might be enough for the first down, but at least that's a good sign that they got some penetration and got in the backfield.
I believe he hit his own player. I think that's what I saw. I think he might have bumped into his own player by accident, and thus making him more easy to catch for the Littleton Tigers.
Right. They managed to squeeze out a first down there, but there was some penetration by the defensive line, so let's see if they can try to keep that momentum going and try to get it. We're in 4-down territory now, so it's going to take 4 stops here to get the ball back. 1st and 10 for Maynard on Littleton 36-yard line.
Yep.
So I wanted to put more on that. Oh, stacked up that time after a very short game. Andy McGregor. I don't think they blew the play dead. Looks like Nick Lombardi came out with the ball, but the ball was already blown dead. So short gain there. Andy McGregor standing the ball carrier up and launching his momentum. Very short gain, 2nd and 8. The ball on the 34-yard line. Good play there by the senior.
There's a good example of Littleton bunching up and closing the gaps in the middle, because Maynard ran right through the middle and Littleton stopped him.
Yeah, the question will be is, you know, Littleton can try to stack the box a little bit more. Obviously, the risk there is that if Maynard recognizes that, they might try to get to the outside. They have tried a couple times, haven't been very successful. So we'll see if there's a move and a counter move. Here they go, trying to sweep this time. Ball cutting back. Oh, flag down. Short gain there. Good pursuit by the Tigers. Nick Lombardi in on the hit there. And Matt Jackson in on the hit, but the flag down usually indicates holding from that particular position in the field.
Yep, it is holding.
Yep.
On Maynard.
All right, so that's the first penalty of the game, Brian, against Maynard.
Jay Kennedy got hit. So that's not a good penalty for Maynard to take. It's now 2nd and 18.
Right. They've been able to do a really good job of staying in, you know, short to mid-yardage situations. They really only had one long yardage situation that they did manage to convert on. They had 3rd and about 18, and they had 2 run plays put together that add up to a first down. But this definitely helps Littleton if they can try to take advantage of this. Ball pushed all the way back to the Littleton 44-yard line. Coming up on 4 minutes to go here in the half.
In the first half,
Littleton looking for a stop here. And he's going for a counter. He's got a handoff. Going to get some yards. He's going to bring up 3rd and about 12. So we got about 7 or 8 yards on that.
Seems like Zach Olkovich and Stephen Peterson are swapping plays.
Yeah.
Going right up through the middle. And they're both very good runners, too.
All right, so we got some of that penalty yardage.
Steve Collins checks in on defense.
There's Stephen Collins.
Come in. Good to see Stevie out there. We talked about the injury.
So here is Steve Collins. Here is Steve Collins, and he had pretty much a neck injury.
And Maynard was taking a timeout on the field.
Yeah, you know, he was on the field for a long time. Unfortunately, they had to take him off on a backboard. But, you know, you always got to be careful about that because that's just a protocol these days. And it's the right protocol. And like we talked about this at the top of the show, the bad news was he went off on a stretcher on a backboard. The good news was he was at the high school before anybody else was. So he was back and he was fine. He didn't spend any time in the hospital or anything along those lines. So Maynard here takes a timeout with facing a 3rd and 12 with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. Littleton definitely looking to get a stop here, Ryan, and try and get the ball back. They've only had it twice this half.
Yeah, they definitely want the ball back. You know, it's only what, 3 minutes left in the quarter, in the half. So, you know, if Littleton is going to win this game, you know, they need to get the ball back and score within 3 minutes 10 seconds from now.
At least get the lead going into the half.
Yeah.
I mean, we're 3 minutes left to go in the half. It's only 7:30. We've only been here for half an hour.
And
we're almost at the half.
It's gone by incredibly fast.
You know, no passes, no incomplete passes, very few stops on downs. So, you know, not a lot of opportunity to stop the clock. So,
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 3rd and 12. And they're going to go for a reverse back to Peterson. Oh, the ball hits the ground. Oh, they went for a double handoff there, and the ball is on the ground. Let's see what we've got. And it looks like I haven't seen a signal from the refs yet, but
I'm thinking it's going to be Maynard's
they're
ball
moving the
still.
chains. No, they're moving the chains.
Oh,
Yeah, turnover. So Littleton recovers. They're trying to go for a double handoff there, a little crisscross action. The second handoff, the ball hit Peterson's hands and then hit the ground. I couldn't see who came up with it. But Littleton recovers with exactly 3 minutes to go, and they run the offense right back out onto the field, and they're going to get ready to go. Motion, Bass. Oh no, fake. McLaughlin went up the sideline, gets some blocking downfield, turns the corner, stays in bounds. Stays on bounds, down inside the 40-yard line. So about a 23-4-yard gain there by McLaughlin. That's a, call that the waggle. He puts the ball into the back's belly and makes a read. This time he decided to pull it out and keep it, and it was the right decision. Runs all the way down to the Maynard 39-yard line.
I noticed that you said Travis Bassett at first. I thought it was too. It was such a good execution on that one.
Looking to pass, he's looking downfield, he can't find anybody else. To his left, looking downfield again, he throws it back, coming back to the ball. Oh, good action there. Who was that? Oh, Travis Bassett. I can almost guarantee that's the first ball Travis has dropped all year. He's been solid as a rock.
Yes, he has.
2:38 to go.
So, incomplete pass on first down will bring up 2nd and 10 from the 39-yard line.
The thing about Travis is his hands are like glue. I mean, you know, as soon as the ball comes to him, it's just right in his hands.
He played it perfect. He came back real hard for the ball, which is what you want the player to do in that situation. So here we go, fake handoff, little bubble screen, out to Magnuson, blocked downfield by Connor Bassett. It's going to be Travis Bassett. That's the other thing you got to love about a senior like Travis Bassett. He drops the football, he forgets it, he lets that play go, goes and makes the next play. And the next play's not anything spectacular. It's just a solid execution of a good downfield block that springs Brad Magnuson for a 9-yard gain. And that is going to bring up 3rd and about 1 yard to go with the ball inside the 30.
We're approaching 2 minutes now.
And Matty Jackson, he's going to get a first down there. He gets the ball down inside the 25-yard line. So they come up on the 2:01 left to go in the half. Clock stopped while they move the chains. Ball all the way down to about the 24-yard line.
First down and 10 for
Littleton not huddling, staying with a hurry-up offense. With the
24-yard line.
Bassett in motion. This time he is going to get the ball, trying to get in the corner. Get some blocking down there. Good job. Oh, good block by his brother. Bassett stays on his feet. It's all the way down inside the 5-yard line. Good job downfield blocking by Connor Bassett. This brings his brother down inside the 5-yard line. And Littleton on their way here. The clock's not an issue now with the ball that close to the goal line. Good drive here by Littleton.
One thing I'm noticing about Littleton's offense is that they're built for speed, and they've done this in about a minute or so.
We're going to go back to Matty Jackson. They found something I like about those inside handoffs. They do a good job. He gets stacked up before the goal line, but he definitely has some positive yards there. So Matt Jackson probably got more carries so far in this game than he might have combined all year, and he's taking advantage of it. Good job. 2nd and goal from about the 2-yard line here with 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the first half. Littleton trying to punch it in here and get the lead in the half. Oh, this should be, flag down. We're going to get a hold here.
Blown dead.
Well, what do we got? They blow it dead? No.
Really holding on the offense.
Yeah. Holding call against Littleton to back him up 10 yards.
Fortunately, too, it looked like the hold was well behind the play, and I think whoever committed that penalty really needed to realize he could have just let go. There was no real need for that. That's a big penalty, though. That's going to back them all the way up to 5-yard line. That's like the...
They're squatting at the 5?
No, they're going to walk it off from the 5-yard line. Going to take it to about the 11-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 11-yard line. 7 seconds left to go here in the first half. So Littleton see if they can try to rebound from that mistake. They definitely like to score here. They do get the ball to start the second half, Ryan.
Yep.
From the
So this play here is good, big.
Yeah, here comes McLaughlin on a quarterback draw, and he's going to go in. Touchdown, Alex McLaughlin. Quarterback draw from 11 yards out. Oh, what a big play there. Big sequence for the Littleton Tigers. They're going to jump into the lead here with 58 seconds to go in the half. And then they're going to get the ball back to start the second half. So all that execution by Maynard goes right down the drain right here at the end of the half on the fumble recovery by the Littleton Tigers. They cash it in for a touchdown here with 58 seconds to go.
Yeah, Alex McLaughlin ran right through the middle and popped his way over the plane and into the end zone. Great play by Alex McLaughlin.
All right, double point formation here, going for a 2-point conversion.
McLaughlin under center.
And that is Travis Bassett. Oh, he just got stacked up right before he got across the goal line and then tried to spin back out and couldn't make it. So no good on the conversion. So between the two teams, we are over 3 on conversions. 12-6 Littleton. 58 seconds left to go in the half. Even though they didn't get the conversion, they got to be happy with the game situation right now.
Yeah, I thought Travis Bassett almost got his way through, but unfortunately he was stacked up by a big party of white jerseys. So it's still going to be 12-6, 58 seconds to go, and Maynard's going to have the ball back. And maybe this is the time where you maybe take one or two running plays and then go for a pass. Maybe go for just straight passes, stop the clock, use a timeout perhaps, stop the clock, get a breather. You're going into halftime. So maybe by passing the ball, Maynard can actually execute, probably get a lead in this game.
I think that if Maynard was going to get the ball to start the second half, I think they'd probably be willing to run the clock out here. Just go with their running game and run the clock out. If they're down a touchdown, they'll live with it if they were getting the ball back. The problem is they're not getting the ball back. So if they don't score, and Littleton manages to score to start the second half, they're going to be in a hole that they might not be able to find their way out of. So I think you're right. I think they might decide that they want to loosen up, go a little bit deeper in the playbook than they've been going. I mean, all they've done is run between the tackles, a couple of sweeps, a couple of crisscross type plays, but no passing yet. And, but now might be the time that if they're going to gamble, they might want to do it now.
Yep. So Littleton calls a timeout.
Yeah, I think that we mentioned this a little bit earlier. Maynard has returned several kicks for touchdowns, and I think Coach Lynn doing the right thing. He doesn't need these timeouts because he's probably not going to get the ball back this half. He can't carry him over to the second half, but he wants to make sure that they execute. The worst thing in the world we do would be give up a long kick return for a touchdown or even good field position that would let Maynard stay with their running game and get a score. So he wants to make sure that everybody's on the same page about what kind of kick they're going to have, what kind of coverage they're going to use, and make sure that they make the play they need to make. And if you're going to give up a touchdown, make them earn it the hard way from the line of scrimmage, not on a special teams play.
Yep. Looks like it's going to be Eric Rocker to kick.
Rocker puts the ball on the tee at the 40.
We've seen Rocker kick sometimes. He's been absent a couple times.
Yeah, they've been going back and forth between Rocker and McLaughlin. I know Coach Lynn likes to keep McLaughlin on the sideline and away from injury situations. Good high kick there by Rocker.
And that is field
about the 20-yard line. Good coverage by the time. Oh, wrapping him up. Finishing up. Went down on the 30-yard line. So about a 10-yard return.
There, all right.
And the Littleton does what they want to do there. They got good kick, good coverage, and no real significant yards by Maynard. So 50 seconds to go with first and 10 Maynard from their own 26-yard line.
Well, that's why Eric Rocker.
31-yard line. Sorry, go ahead, Ryan.
Eric Rocker did a nice job kicking. I think he proved himself from game one. He realized, well, you know what, I think I need to improve my kicking a little bit, and he got an absolute bomb down to the other end of the field, which
nice
is why.
And high too. Got some good guys trying to get coverage down there.
Which is why Littleton wants him for the kicking.
Staying on the ground, going up the middle.
Magnuson and the match. Dick Guskowski hit on the stop.
Yards, and the clock is going to continue to run. 40 seconds to go. Brad Magnuson
40-yard line.
They ran a spread look. They had some receivers out wide toward the sideline, but it was a straight handoff. Nothing fancy.
30 seconds to go.
Well, now you have less than 30 seconds to go. Now I believe it's the time that if you want to even this game up, you have to throw the ball. I don't see Maynard going for a long running game right now.
Well, they are. Andy McGregor stacking them up. Good job by the senior line. They're playing both ways, offense and defense, and that is going to bring the clock down inside of 10 seconds.
On the play, brings up a third down.
Defense looking to.
For Maynard, as the clock continues to run,
the line of scrimmage, so that's going to be it.
With that,
Maynard is going to concede the clock and let the half run out, and
Maynard will
go
let
into the half.
clock run out.
Big. Sounds bigger than it is, but a 6-point lead. That's significant 6-point lead.
Here at the Tiger Bowl.
We'll be right back after these messages for some halftime activities.
Do you want to know what's going on in Littleton Community Television? Here's what LCTV used to look like. Now, we shoot in high definition. Wow, look at that color. Remember the days we used to use videotapes? Well, we're all digital now. Instead of doing this, you can do this. Our HD cameras are all robotic. Our editing suites have a 27-inch fully loaded iMac with the latest editing software, Final Cut Pro 10. The coolest features are new green screen set. You can go from the newsroom to the sports desk with virtual sets that you create. If you want to get involved with LCTV, call the station at 978-540-24TV. That's 978-540-2488. LCTV rules. Told you it was cool. Welcome back, everybody, and here is halftime show with the Littleton cheerleaders. Let's see what they got.
I just understand why they don't have enough basketball. I wouldn't want to do this one. I want to do it nice and warm in the gym. What did it cut down? 12 minutes? Probably must have been. Yeah.
Down there.
Great job, Tiger cheerleaders. And for the freshman court,
Welcome back.
we have Jennifer LeClaire and Tristan Louise.
This is still a half. And we are now getting announcements of the homecoming king and queen.
For the sophomore court, we have Hayden Gray and Caitlin Leonard.
Hayden Gray and Caitlin Leonard. Those are the two sophomores for homecoming king.
The junior
Court,
court, Bradley Saltzman and Mackenzie Reardon.
Mackenzie Reardon and Bradley Saltzman. Saltzman, a former player of this Littleton Tigers football team.
Ladies and gentlemen, your homecoming king, Cameron Zaborowski.
Cam Zaborowski is the homecoming
Thanks for
king.
the pie, Cam.
And the queen is
And your homecoming queen, Ms. Dominique Ferrante.
Dominique Ferrante, the daughter of defensive coordinator Carlo Ferrante.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2013 King, Queen, and Court.
And that is it. Homecoming king, queen, and court. So we'll be back for the second half right
And
after
before
this.
I turn it over to the band,
Do you want to know what's going on in Littleton Community Television? Here's what LCTV used to look like. Now, we shoot in high definition. Wow, look at that color. Remember the days we used to use videotapes? Well, we're all digital now. Instead of doing this, you can do this. Our HD cameras are all robotic. Our editing suites have a 27-inch fully loaded iMac with the latest editing software, Final Cut Pro 10. The coolest features are new green screen set. You can go from the newsroom to the sports desk with virtual sets that you create. If you want to get involved with LCTV, call the station at 978-540-24TV. That's 978-540-2488. LCTV rules. Told you it was cool.
And we're back for the second half. 12-6 Littleton. Coach Lynn. Got to be happy, Ryan. The game didn't start the way he wanted, but the half definitely finished the way he was hoping for, scoring a touchdown and getting the ball back.
Yeah, definitely. The first half started with Maynard bleeding the clock out for about 9 minutes, got a touchdown. Littleton came right back, got a touchdown with about, like 50 seconds left. And then Littleton got another
high chip shot.
Another high chip shot there, fielded by Connor Bassett. He's going to get a little run back over the 40-yard line and get stacked up with the Maynard kick team. And the Tiger offense will come out onto the field to start the second half. First and 10 from their own 42-yard line.
And again, we see that high kick.
Yeah, not deep.
Yep.
Gives the kick guys time
Once again, folks, the Snapchat will be open all night long.
Littleton managed to eke out a 6-point lead here, getting the ball back. We need a 2-score lead. That's going to put a lot of pressure on Maynard.
And the block is going to give the Bassett.
To Bassett. Oh, he breaks loose after the initial hit. He gets up the sideline. Another race to the goal line. Scrimmage. There are no yellow flags on the field, and it is a 58-yard touchdown to start the half. 20 seconds into the half, and the Tigers strike and get that 2-score lead.
That was a beautiful run by Travis Bassett. He got all the way down the field.
Yeah, he got hit at, after only a couple of yards, but he bounced right off of that. And once he hit the sideline, he really threw it. He had a similar run there in the first half that they actually ran him down on. This time he made sure, no way.
Yeah.
He cast it all the way to the
Yeah, he definitely put the Jets on. That's a
12-point lead here for the Tigers. They go for a 2-point conversion, going with the double wing.
Under center.
Bluffing getting his lineman the way he wants him. Motion by Pete Murphy. They're going to roll. They're actually going to look to throw out of this look. He's trying to find a receiver. He slings it back. Oh, hanging around like a pinball machine. But at the end of the night, it was still incomplete. Matty Jackson off the face mask after being tipped.
20 seconds into the third.
18-6 Littleton as we get one offensive play from scrimmage, good for a 58-yard touchdown run. Ryan, that's Travis's second long run of the night. On the first long run, he went over 1,700 career rushing yards for Littleton. Yep. So the senior tailback, defensive back, has been a great player. He's been a 4-year varsity player, a 3-year impact player for sure. It's fun to watch when he really gets those wheels going.
There are the Littleton cheerleaders doing push-ups.
Good thing they weren't on the road with the team last week because they would have been exhausted. They scored 52 points, I think it was.
It's like 52 or 56.
Yeah, so the Littleton Tigers get the first 2-score lead of the game by either team. That's very mean. I think that's going to end up being pretty meaningful. Maynard wanted to go with that, milk the clock ground attack, and that might be a luxury they can't really afford at this point. So we'll have to see if they make any adjustments once they get the ball back here.
Yep, Littleton has to be good on their defense. They have to be to win this game. This is a very big game for them.
All right, going to go for another onside kick, and it is going to score. Oh, did they recover it? They did get it. Oh!
Scratch the defense.
The problem is that it's not the problem. The problem for the kicking team is the ball has to travel 10 yards before he can recover it.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean the receiving team has to wait, and they did. That's the mistake they made. They waited for the ball. You can go up and take some nice bounce for you, go up and get it, and just drop it. I mean, drop on the ground with it. But they waited to see who was going to go 10 yards and go out of bounds. And Littleton Hustle was on the far side of the field. We couldn't quite see who actually came up with the ball. But nonetheless, they recovered the ball. And they first down right at midfield, about the we'll call it the Maynard 49-yard line. And the Littleton Tigers finished the half strong, and they're starting the second half even stronger.
Yes, that was a very that was a very meaningful recovery by the Tigers, the Littleton Tigers kicking team. But now they have the ball back. Now they can run it back down or pass it for a touchdown, and they'll have a 3-touchdown lead.
You talked about earlier in the telecast, Ryan, you were talking about how Maynard had done their homework and we're not going to kick the ball to Travis Bassett on the kicks. And there we go. It's a nice October night and the full moon there over the alumni field. But we talked about how, Coach Lynn, Maynard did their homework. Coach Lynn's done his homework. We talked about how Maynard has returned some kicks for touchdowns, and he's decided that's like the third legitimate onside kick they've tried tonight.
Yep.
All right, first and 10 after the kick recovery. And Bassett pump faking. Oh, he's got Bassett deep. Oh, they did on the pump faking. 2 plays from scrimmage, 2 touchdowns for Littleton. They have a 58-yard touchdown run and a 50-yard touchdown pass in 2 plays from scrimmage. They have 12 points. We are 31 seconds into the half, and the Tigers have racked up 12 points and 2 touchdowns, Ryan.
That is incredible. Travis Bassett caught that ball, and it is about 11 seconds from the first touchdown they scored in this quarter. 11 seconds.
Yeah, the little pump fake and the defensive back pit, and Travis got behind him. Once Travis gets behind the defense, they don't catch up. So we go with the spread look here for the 2-point conversion, handing off to Bassett. He's got some lead blockers, but Maynard streaming out pretty good. Bassett turns the corner hard, and I think he gets it. He does. Nice effort there by the senior. That was not an easy 3 yards, so he earned it. He got it. So that'll make it 26-6, and all of a sudden the Tigers are up by 20 in a heartbeat.
That is amazing. That Littleton has come back and now has a 26-6 lead. That I did not predict this. I wasn't predicting that. I mean, who would predict that? You know, Littleton would go with an onside kick, recover it, and then the very next play, Travis Bassett go for a pass for a good reception and get for a touchdown.
I don't know. I bet you if you ask Coach Lynn, he's going to tell you that's exactly the way he had it planned out, right down to the last detail.
Yep.
No, I tell you. This is kind of eerily reminiscent of last year over in Maynard, where it was like 12-6 at halftime last year, and then it was just an explosion. Now, in that game, both sides exploded. Both teams were racking up points and touchdowns and long plays, kick returns, all kinds of stuff. So far, it's been all Littleton, so we'll see if Maynard can rebound here. They're going to have to find something because they're not going to be able to go with that original game plan down 20 points here early in the third quarter.
They might go for that kickoff.
No, good drive downfield, ball about the 15-yard line. Oh, he's got a hit of steam. And he's racked up by Andrew McGregor, Matty Jackson on the hit there, and
Matt Jackson.
That's good rushing yards.
Mike Ray.
Good return there. Yeah.
Good return, rather.
Mike Ray. So yeah, feeling about the 15-yard line, and they bring it all the way out past the 40, so about a 26-yard return. And the Maynard Tigers will finally get a play from scrimmage here. They've yet to touch the ball offensively, albeit it's only 40 seconds into the half, so it hasn't been like it's been a lot of time, but it's been a lot of points since they've touched the ball.
Yep.
So here we go. Down 20, first and 10 Maynard from their own 40-yard line. They're going to stay on the ground. Backed up by Renacio, Magnuson. Good for about 5 yards there.
That's good yardage.
Good yardage, but again, it's a different kind of game now for both teams. The Littleton defense can relax a little bit. They don't have to be in quite such a hurry to find a way to get that stop. You can afford to give up a couple of first downs here and there with the lead.
And they're also doing, what I'm noticing is they're also doing what Murdoch did when they came to this very place a few weeks ago, is they were going for 4 or 5 yard runs, weren't getting any results.
So second and about 4. Stay on the ground again. Oh, he's going to try and get the corner. He's going to cut it back and get snapped up. Ryan Clark on the pursuit. Very close to a first down. Almost the ball looked like it got to midfield. They had to get a little bit over midfield, about the Littleton 49-yard line for a first down. They're marking it as third down. And the ball is on the stripe. So
third down and about a foot to go for Maynard.
Okay. Well, I just want to make a shout out to the people in the snack shack who gave us delicious food during halftime. We want to thank you for that.
It's always Sheila Kish, always makes the run up for us with a big smile on her face, so we always appreciate that. All right, third down, hard count. Littleton does not go offside, but they're going to give up a first down here, but grudgingly, very grudgingly, Connor Bassett there on run support. And Brad Magnuson on another hit there. So that'll bring up a first down for Maynard inside Littleton territory down to about the Littleton 47-yard line. But again, 4 or 5, 3 or 4 yards at a time, and Littleton's going to be willing to concede that for now.
I mean, it can work if you're up high.
Or even tied, or down 1 score, but down 20. I don't know.
Yep. They have to go with long gains.
First and 10.
First and 10 minutes. The handoff up the
On
middle.
the ground, about 4 yards there, wrapped up.
The whole host of Littleton Tigers in on the
Yeah,
stop.
we just keep on seeing that.
Yeah, clock's running. We're down to just about
Ball
8 minutes left
carried
to go
by
here in the
Black
third
with it.
quarter.
The clock is going to be
Okay,
Maynard's
second
enemy
down
right
and
now. Not really Littleton, but the clock.
Right. So about a 4-yard gain will bring up 2nd and 6. And you know, Maynard's still not in a hurry. The quarterback going to the sideline, getting the play and coming back. It's not like they're running guys in and out, trying to get to the line of scrimmage any quicker than they already have been. Here we go, 2nd and 6 for Maynard. Again on the ground. Slips a couple tackles early and keeps his legs moving. Looks like he's good for another first down. Ball down close to the 37-yard line of Littleton.
Well, one reason why Maynard might be running the ball right now is that
Yeah, the referee signals first
they
down.
could be just trying to get the
First
Littleton
down rush
really
by
tired.
King Pearson.
And then, all of a sudden, the fourth quarter,
7.5 to go in the
defense is
third.
really tired. Then they can start turning the jets on, they can start throwing, and Littleton's just going to be out of gas. I don't know if that's going to work against this Littleton defense. I don't know. The Maynard team could be doing this.
They got to be thinking something because they haven't mixed up their playbook at all yet. Oh, here we go. First time rolling out.
And looks like Maynard's
He's
first
got a
pass of the
receiver
night
deep.
goes up and over
He's
the
making a catch.
intended
No, it
target
comes
was
down
number
loose.
82.
Coverage there by
Alex
Nick
Mike.
Lombardi. I wouldn't say he was
Lombardi
deep, but there
breaks
was a
it
little
up.
bit of space between him and the receiver, and he closed
Ball
really
falls
well.
incomplete. Stop the
Got his
clock
hand
with
in there.
7:05 to go in the third.
Trying to go deep. You're right around
Bring up a second down and 10 for Maynard.
It did indeed. So good play there by Nick Lombardi, Ryan, breaking up the pass there on first down. So 2nd and 10 for
Second down
Maynard
and
after
10.
the incomplete pass.
Maynard.
Come down the
Hand
ground,
off
right up the
to
middle, stacked up.
Mike Ray makes
Number
a
50, Mike
contact.
Ray, sophomore.
Steve Collins.
Mike Ray's been starting on offense all year long
Ryan
at
Clark.
tackle, Ryan. He hasn't played a whole lot of defense, but we talked about the
Matt Jackson,
injuries to
good
the
stuff.
defensive line crew, and looks like
We have
Mike spent
about
some
3
time on
on
this
the
side of the
play.
ball.
We'll have a third down and 7.
As I mentioned before, I believe it was the West Boylston game, that Mike Ray switched from being quarterback for the JV team, being the backup quarterback to Alex McLaughlin, to now scoring on the line. A very huge adjustment.
Right, he made that adjustment on the offensive side of the ball. Now he's going to get another adjustment playing on both sides of the ball. So 3rd and about 7 here for Maynard. Keep the ball
Peterson gets the ball to the middle.
Peterson bullying his way close to a first down.
I think he might get it.
Yeah, he
Got Andy Mack.
just hit the hole and kept going north-south.
And Pearson's going to stop short.
No, he's short of the first down. So 4th and about 1.
That's interesting.
Yep, so field position and
Tiger
scoreboard
27.
definitely indicate that they will go for it here. Ball on about the 20.
And once again, the Power Cup game will be held right here at 119 on Tuesday, November 26th.
Let's see if Coach Ferrante makes it a little bit of a gamble here. Maybe puts a blitz or a stunt on.
All right, it's 4th down,
Hold
and
on to
Maynard's going
lose and
for
get
it.
a stop here. Can really put a stranglehold on the game.
And Matt
That's going to be
Jackson
close.
beats
Matt Jackson on the blitz.
Ryan Kiley.
On this one.
Yeah, he hit him not well short, but short of the first down. But the Maynard back man should get his legs moving and spin hard. Now, he might have just.
And he's going
You're right.
to
We're
measure
going to bring the chains out and take a look. So Coach Ferrante doing a nice job. He guessed right. He got his linebacker in the right spot at the right time. And Matty's he's going to be pretty unhappy if that's a first down because he knew he had a chance to lock him up, and he stopped him, but he didn't quite finish it. He's short.
Short.
All right, Matt
Oh,
Jackson happy now. He was contemplating his own demise, but I think he's okay now. So the Tigers get a big stop there. Littleton getting the ball back here with 5 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the third quarter with a 20-point lead.
27-yard line.
If they can take advantage here of the offense, Ryan, they can really put a stranglehold on this game. The defense, doing what we've seen in the last few weeks, bending but not breaking and getting the stop they needed.
Yeah, and this is a terrific stop. Matt Jackson, just an absolute incredible stop.
From the shot.
And
back to pass. As many times sets up.
He's going up the side. He's got to pass it again. Oh, and he's going to go again. Oh, my goodness.
Alex McLaughlin to Travis Bassett for
another touchdown by Travis Bassett. My goodness.
Unbelievable. That was a
75-yard pitch.
70-yard touchdown pass.
incredible.
That is 3 touchdowns and 3 plays, Ryan.
Oh my goodness.
It's nuts. 3 touchdowns and 3 plays from scrimmage, and all of a sudden it's 32-6.
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
this is incredible.
Alex, really bought himself some time. The offensive line did a great job. I mean, he had a pocket, he got a chance to look upfield, and he had a chance to step right through that throw, and he let it fly. And Travis is just unstoppable right now.
He is.
He's touched the ball 3 times. He's got 3 touchdowns here in the second half.
And we saw earlier in the first quarter he dropped the ball near the end zone, I believe. And he was kind of, sad about that. But boy, he came back and has gotten 3 straight touchdowns for Littleton.
Inside handoff to Nick Lombardi. He's working his feet hard, and he's going to get it.
Nick Lombardi
Junior fullback lining up in the double play formation. The offensive line was a good push up there. Chris Bales, Andy McGregor, Sam Presti, Mike Ray, with a good push there, and just a hard-earned 3 yards pushes the lead out to 34-6.
So now, if you're Maynard, you're down 34-6. Now's the time to start passing the ball, because you can probably get long receptions and start getting touchdowns. And Littleton is now looking really relaxed, really confident in this game. And I think Maynard is going to be really nervous. They looked really confident and steady in the first half, and now it looks like they're losing.
Yeah, they had to feel awfully good about themselves at the end of the first quarter. The game plan they had was a good game plan. It's the right kind of game plan to beat Littleton, and they not only did they have the right game plan, but they had the level of execution necessary to pull it off for at least a little bit. But all of a sudden, in the second half, that's all unraveled in 3 heartbeats.
And if you're Maynard, you cannot have Littleton get their mojo. They need to break down on defense and need a stop, especially out in the secondary, to stop Travis Bassett. He's got 3 touchdowns on 3 consecutive plays.
Onside kick flag down. Looks like Littleton might have been offsides on that, but I think Maynard will be happy to take the ball very close to midfield there. They need the ball. They need some offense. They need some touchdowns. And they got to get it going.
I don't know if that went 10 yards.
It went 10 yards, so that's okay. They kicked from the 40 and the ball's over the 50, but the flag came out early, which indicates somebody got a little aggressive and got offsides. They will walk off a 5-yard penalty, which will bring the ball back into Littleton territory. So 1st and 10 Maynard from the Littleton 47-yard line. 5 minutes and 23 seconds left to go in the quarter. Littleton, after a narrow 6-point lead at the half, has pushed it out to a 28-point lead here. About halfway through the third quarter, a little over halfway through the third quarter.
Now this is starting to look like the games that we've seen in the past.
Chris Cross. Oh, nice job by Chris Rossio staying home on that and getting a hit there after a very short game. He didn't bite on the first action, which was taking the play away from him. He maintained his discipline and sat down in the reverse and read it right and made the hit. So just a very short 2-yard gain brings the ball to about the 44-yard line. And 2nd and 8 for Maynard.
Again, they cannot go short gains. They have to go for long gains to beat this Littleton team.
Keep it on the ground, Peterson getting stacked up there. Oh, he does a nice job though, find a little sliver of daylight and turning what should have been no gain into a very decent 5-yard gain. That will bring up 3rd and about 3 from the ball right up to the 40-yard line.
They are on the
You
Littleton
have to get
40-yard
this first
line.
down if you're Maynard. You have to. There's no ifs, ands, or
Ladies
buts.
and gentlemen, don't forget to join us for this Apple Smash. This will be happening on Saturday, November 9th at 7 p.m. at the
4th and less than a
Box
yard to go, and Matt
There'll be a
Jackson
live
making a
game,
big
a
hit.
silent auction, a live
Ball
auction.
over on
A
downs.
little snack.
Taking
What
full
price
advantage of
giveaway?
the big
Ticket
strike
price is
pass in the second
$35
quarter
each.
and a half.
With $50 full
Third
pay.
touchdown overall, the
All
second
proceeds
touchdown
will go to
pass.
benefit Littleton's first
Here we go,
annual
3rd and
anniversary
about
next year.
4 for Maynard. They're trying to keep something going. They've had a tough time here in the second half. Peterson is going to bowl his way over to a 1st down.
Ryan Clark makes the initial
Chains
contact.
will move, but the clock will continue to move as well, which is definitely Littleton's favor here.
Matt Jackson in the stop as
Like I
well.
said, the main culprit that Maynard has to look out for is the clock, not Littleton.
The ball just outside the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 Maynard.
Because now they're going to be dealing with about 14 minutes of play. And it's about 3 minutes, 30 seconds, so about 14 minutes to play in total.
Trying to get a through ball. Nice hole there from Pearson. Oh, but good pursuit there by Ryan Clark. Oh, boy, that looked like that was going to go for 7 or 8 yards, but Clark just stepped right into the gap and met him early.
And he pushed him like 7 or 8 yards the other way.
Yeah, I think that's going to go for no gain, even though it looked like it was a nice initial push by the Maynard offensive line, but Clark read the whole play right and made his read and got into the gap and punished Peterson maybe a 1 yard gain. So coming up on 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
And they're inside 3 minutes to go in the third.
It's going to be interesting to see what Maynard does, if they're going to run it up through the middle or to the outside.
Brad Magnuson on a hit there. Good yards by Maynard.
Jack Edwards on the carry. Brad Magnuson makes a
7 yard gain is going to bring up about 3rd and 3.
Third down and 3.
Come up on 2.5 minutes to go.
They're inside the Littleton 30-yard line.
Littleton has to make this to make it a 4th down. And I'm guessing that Maynard's not going to punt it away or go for a field goal.
Definitely 4 down territory. Oh, ball start there on the left side of the line.
Flag on the play.
Ready to Alex Martinek. Kind of stumbled out of his stance there a little bit. So again, we talked about this earlier, Ryan, just that kind of penalty, and when you're a ground possession team, you go from 3rd and 3 to 3rd and 8, that can be devastating to a team like that kind of offense.
Yeah, and you know what? Maynard could get a 3 yard gain out of this. And if they didn't commit that penalty, that would have been the 1st down.
Right, and then they'll have 4th and 5 instead. So let's see what happens here. No, going crisscross. Oh, Matt Jackson. Oh, can't quite finish it up. But the rest of the pursuits there, so Matt Jackson, nice job there by Jackson on the blitz. He's a little down on himself, but he has no reason to be. He did his job. He got the good penetration there, stacked the play up, and even though he couldn't quite finish it himself, he gave his teammates more than enough time to get in on the action.
Yeah, Matt Jackson almost got the full hit, and then Steve Collins came out of nowhere and got him as well. So Steve is very happy to be back.
Making a solid contribution there, yeah. Yep. So 4th and 10 now for Maynard. They had a 3rd and 3, and all of a sudden it's 4th and 10 with under a minute and a half to go here in the third quarter. So they're really struggling again offensively.
4th down.
They're going to pass, straight drop back, like a screen to the opposite side. Read pretty well by the Tiger defense.
Mike Ray gets there.
Oh, Mike Ray, Chris Renasio, and Brad Magnuson all making nice plays there.
That was almost a blindside hit. Yeah, that's what it kind of looked like.
That was a real kind of a Malachi crunch. You don't know what that means. That was from an old show, Happy Days. And they had a...
I mean, I watch my share of old shows. One of my favorites is Matt.
They had a demolition derby, and there were two brothers, and they called them Malachis. And when they would bump a car together, they called it the Malachi Crunch. We'll call that the Tiger Crunch. That was Renasio and Magnuson with a good hit there. And that was a 4th down play, so the ball goes over on down. So Littleton about to try their 4th play of the half. They're 3 for 3 on touchdowns. He's going to give it to Bassett. He's going to get the corner. He's going to head up the sideline. Oh, he didn't score. Come on.
We're disappointed now.
That's crazy. All he got was 15 yards. That's not going to satiate this crowd. They're used to bigger and better.
But nevertheless, he gets the 1st down.
Gets the 1st down, brings the ball out past the 40, about the 44-yard line. Tigers staying in the hurry-up, bubble screen to Magnuson. Good block there by Travis Bassett. Magnuson bounces out. Another good block there. And ball goes. Magnuson goes out of bounds. Ball over midfield into Maynard Tiger territory. We got about going inside the 45 to about the 43-yard line. 1st and 10, Littleton, 30 seconds to go.
One thing I really liked about what Brad Magnuson did is he realized that when he got the ball, that one of the Maynard players was going to cut block him, and he did. And he recognized that and executed a perfect play.
Right, got his feet going and stepped off of it and then got upfield. So another handoff to Matt Jackson. Good for about 4 yards. And coming down to, let's see if the Littleton can get one more play off here before the half. We're down to about 10 seconds to go. Coach Knight signaling a play in. And thinking about
time expire is the 3rd.
2. They're going to let the clock run out.
And they
So
do
at the end of the
three-quarters,
quarters, it was a 6-point lead at the half, but it was all Littleton. Travis Bassett going deep twice, two touchdown passes in the long run, and at the end of 3 quarters, it's 34-6 Littleton, and we'll be right back after these messages for the 4th quarter.
Do you want to know what's going on in Littleton Community Television? Here's what LCTV used to look like. Now, we shoot in high definition. Wow, look at that color. Remember the days we used to use videotapes? Well, we're all digital now. Instead of doing this, you can do this. Our HD cameras are all robotic. Our editing suites have a 27-inch fully loaded iMac with the latest editing software, Final Cut Pro 10. The coolest features are new green screen set. You can go from the newsroom to the sports desk with virtual sets that you create. If you want to get involved with LCTV, call the station at 978-540-24TV. That's 978-540-2488. LCTV rules. Told you it was cool.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There's a nice shot of a very big homecoming crowd. It's like a real college stadium there, Ryan. There's not a lot of breathing room in those stands.
Oh, there is not. And I was down there during halftime after our halftime segment. It was really crowded.
You're right. 2nd down, hand off to Bassett. Gets hit in the line of scrimmage, gets past the first hit, and picks up a few yards but short of the 1st down. So Littleton will have a 3rd and 4 from the 36-yard line.
I mean, the crowd is so big. I mean, I felt like I was on a red line train coming home from a Bruins game.
Homecoming, and people are out in force tonight. Bassett looking down to Connor Bassett. Block there by Pete Murphy, and Connor Bassett's going to easily pick up the 1st down. Nice job there by Murphy on the blocking downfield. He did a really good job in Narragansett, freeing up Travis Bassett for Bassett had 4 touchdowns 2 weeks ago against Narragansett. It was Pete Murphy that blocking downfield for him and got him loose several times. So Murphy helping out the younger brother this time. 1st and 10 Littleton on the 26-yard line. And it looks like we got an equipment malfunction on Alex McLaughlin. He's going to call a timeout.
I don't know what's going on.
Call a 20-second timeout, so it's just the quarterback going to the sideline to talk to Coach Lynn. And
Probably to discuss, what play would be best. I mean, you mentioned malfunction. I don't know if that
he was like looking down at his belt or his hands or something before he was getting ready to call the cadence, and then he decided he wasn't happy and just took him for a timeout.
Yeah, it could be an equipment malfunction, or it could be an offensive malfunction.
Yeah. All right, so the 20-second timeout is over. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Littleton on their longest drive of the half, which means more than one play.
1st and 10, Littleton from their own 26.
All right, here we go for the option. Nice pitch there to Travis Bassett. Good downfield block by Matt Jackson. He's got the corner, head for the goal line, leaps for the last couple of yards, and he's got a touchdown. Nice downfield block that time by Matt Jackson. Oh, sorry, there's a flag down there.
Oh, no.
Yeah, flag down on about the 16-yard line. Brad Magnuson's got his hands in the air like, I didn't really think I did.
Playing innocent.
So they will mark that off. That's a spot foul, so they will still keep. Turn out to be really no play at all after they march the yards off. It was 1st and 10, and that's still 1st and 10. So kind of a neutral outcome, although it was a touchdown.
Well, let's see if Littleton can bounce back from that. I mean, we've seen them done it plenty times before. Yeah. I mean, right after penalty was called against them. Let's see what they can do.
All right, off and rolling. He's getting some pressure from the backside, decides to go upfield, and he's going to get all the way down to about the 10
15-yard line.
Pushed out by Brian and Kylie on the
Close to a
Holton side
first
of the
down,
field.
close to the 15-yard line. Let's see where they mark it. And Littleton chain crews thinking it's definitely a first down. They're ready to rock and roll. Spot here.
Well, I like the play by Alex McLaughlin. You know, he was looking past. He realized that no one was open. So what I see a lot of quarterbacks do is, you know, throw it away. It's open, and sometimes it gets sacked. But he ran the ball. Good decision by McLaughlin.
Middle screen there. Oh, nice catch. Oh, look at it. It's wide open. Pass is going to walk into the end. What a great play there, boy. They really fooled the Maynard defense, and it was an easy touchdown after they executed the look.
Cal Howes, number 11 for Maynard, was not happy. You know, you saw that extra push he did on Travis Bassett.
Yeah.
He literally, you know, just strolled his way into the end zone, and you know, Howes not happy with that one. You could almost say that's excessive celebration, but
yeah, well, unfortunately for Cal, he plays some basketball with some other Littleton guys in the spring, so you know he wanted to come in here and put on a good show, and I'm sure he's feeling pretty frustrated that his teammates, his AAU basketball teammates, are going to have the bragging rights. So here we go, 40-6 Littleton after another touchdown by Travis Bassett. This time it's Elijah Pyro in for a 2-point conversion. Nice blocking downfield there by number 50, Mike Gray, doing a nice job. That makes it 42-6. So, Ryan, it has been all Littleton in the second half. It was a really close first half, well played by Maynard. They were really in the ball game. They had a lot of people thinking that you know, this was going to go right down to the wire, but coming out of the second half, Littleton made whatever adjustments they had to, and they've really taken advantage.
yeah, you know, like you said, it has been all Littleton for this second half. And Pyron did a very nice job getting into the end zone. I think he went up the middle on that play. And what's funny is that Littleton can go up the middle,
Once again, Becca
but they
Ross
can't
is
stop the middle.
raffle tickets for the Patriots raffle, which benefits Littleton's 300th anniversary. Tickets are $100
9 minutes and 30 seconds, 37 seconds left to go on the ball. Pushing it all the way out to a 42-6 lead. See if either coach decides now is the time to maybe get some of the guys in off the bench.
This is a $2,600
Pick some of the starters.
The drawing will be held on October 22nd at Blue Cafe and
The cheerleaders are down there and working hard. They're going to have to push 42 out now. And that's a lot of touchdowns. Oh, nice deep kick there by Rocker. Ball fielded and dropped, but picked up again on the 16-yard line. Oh, going to get a wall there. Oh, Magnuson, nice play there, getting off the block and holding out at the corner and making the play. So ball returned out to about the 36-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Maynard facing a very significant deficit run.
Yeah, it was a good return by Maynard. You know, it looked like he wanted, of course he wanted to get down the field, but it was about, what, about 20 or 30 yard?
About 20-yard return.
20-yard return. That's good. That's good. It's good for Maynard. Now Littleton has to make sure that they stop Maynard from getting any more
Maynard will have
yards.
a 1st and 10 in their own 36-yard line.
42-6.
Let's see if Maynard sticks with the... At some point, it might have to be worth for them adjusting their play calling because they just don't necessarily want to show up. Oh, Matt Jackson with the hit of the night. Oh, my goodness. He really got in there and put a bump on there. He didn't miss him that time at all. He got all of that one. He's been in on a lot of plays tonight, but that was the one he finished all by himself. He started a few and had his teammates come in and help him out and finish it. He said, "Now this time I got this one all by myself."
Yep. I like that. That was a very nice hit.
That could be a strong candidate for Coach Ferrante's Hit Stick Award at the end of the night. We'll find out later if that holds up. So after a 1-yard loss, there's 2nd and 11 for Maynard as we come down to under 9 minutes to go here in the game. Ball on the Maynard 34-yard line.
The Thanksgiving Day game will be played here at Alumni Field on Thursday, November 28th.
So this is going to be our last regular season home game until the Thanksgiving game versus Air.
Right. Although if I were a betting man, people have told me that I am. Littleton will get at least one home game in the playoffs. If they obviously they're on their way to a good win tonight. If they can finish out by defeating Lunenburg on the road next week, they will lock down the number 1 seed in Central Mass Division 6, and then they will be guaranteed home field advantage throughout the playoffs. So we are going to get some more football here at Alumni Field this year. I'd say there's a very high probability of that. But that'll be playoff football, even more exciting.
Yeah. It's always exciting when playoff football comes around.
All right,
third down, Peterson. Oh, gets a good run there. He's going to get a first down close to midfield.
Pick up a first down.
He's right on the midfield stripe. Good for the first down for Maynard.
Starsky and Renowski on the stop.
Clock will
Cross
pause
midfield,
while they move the
so Maynard has
chains.
a right at midfield. So they'll have a first and 10 from
So first and 10 Maynard.
I just want to point out that Littleton has scored almost 40 points every game that they played this season.
They are really hitting on all cylinders. I mean, we saw a couple of weeks ago they went to punt and they had to wait Joey to coast up because I don't think he punted in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Gotti was the punter. And, he's only punted once tonight. He hit a good one tonight when he got out there, but you know, that's a lonely job on Littleton being the punter. You know, the way this offense hits. I mean, we got so many weapons. Magnuson, Bassett and Hoffman, obviously the 2 stars. But, I mean, there are other guys. That's the problem. They have to cover everybody. When they cover everybody, it makes the game look easier for guys like McLaughlin and Bassett. But Magnuson's a threat. Murphy's a threat. Connor Bassett's a threat. Matty Jackson's a threat. And they can hit from a lot of different parts of the field in a lot of different ways. And they've really shown that. You're right, Ryan. They are a very high-powered offense, win a lot of points. Oh, ball start by Maynard.
Flag on the play.
You're pretty much just going down the roster on who's a threat.
Yeah, it really is all of them. I mean, you know, Coach Lynn was a strong double-wing power run game guy for a long time and had a lot of success with it. But to his credit, he saw this crew coming up, and he recognized that he had an opportunity to change gears a little bit, and he decided to do it. Not a lot of coaches would do that. You know, not a lot of coaches are willing to give up their bread and butter. They get nervous, they get anxious. But he was more than happy to give it a shot. It's paid off in spades for Littleton. Talking about the playoffs, we'll see if they can play that kind of football against some of the better teams that are in Central Mass, teams like Blackstone Valley Tech. West Boylston, after taking an opening loss here against Littleton, has run the board since then. They are a very good football team and could very well be another matchup right back with them.
Well, Maynard's only loss of the season was to West Boylston. They got spanked, too.
Peterson gets the ball. I tell you what, nice effort by the sophomore there. He's working hard. He's playing football. He really doesn't care what the scoreboard is. He's still going to try to grab some first downs.
That could be unnecessary roughness.
Yep, personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. So Littleton may have a storied history. I mean, they play hard against each other. It's always in good spirit, but it'll be good for the players to remember that. Even though they're getting the best of them, they don't have to take advantage of the situation. So that'll bring the ball down to the 35-yard line of Littleton. We'll bring up a first and 10 with under 5 minutes to go here. 42-6 Littleton.
Not the smartest penalty. Or not, excuse me, well, that was one of the worst penalties that Littleton has taken this season. Probably the worst.
Toss, ball hits the ground, and it's recovered. Oglovic on the recovery there. Didn't look like it was a bad toss, hit him in the hand, he just couldn't handle it. So after the penalty, got him some good field position, chunk it back, 7-yard loss. Bring the ball back to the Littleton 42-yard line.
4 minutes to go in the game.
Well, it's just about 4 minutes. 42-6. Littleton Tigers. Let's see what Maynard can do. 2nd and 17. Has to be a good play for Maynard. Better stop for Littleton.
Peterson gets the ball to middle.
Ryan Clark has had a great game tonight. He's really done a nice job at that linebacker position. I'm sure he's going to hit double figures in tackles. He and Matty Jackson have both been among the leading tacklers in Central Mass in terms of sheer numbers. And both of them have been very active again tonight.
Yeah, the team as a whole tonight has been playing incredible. And if I'm Carlo Ferrante, who usually gives up the hit stick tonight, every game, you know, I mean, I wouldn't know who to give it to. I mean, I'd probably just give it to the whole team, for everyone to have.
I mean, you know, Maynard has gained some yards, there's no question about it, but at the end of the night, they have 6 points.
Yep.
You're not going to win too many football games, or excuse me, let me rephrase that. You're not going to lose too many football games if all you do is give up 6 points. I don't care how many yards you give up, but if you only give up 6 points, you're probably going to win.
Yep.
You know, with this kind of offense. And, you know, we saw it last week, they actually gave up 22 points in the first quarter. and came storming back.
The gain of 1 on the play will
You
take
know, that's the
4th
kind of offense
down
they
and
got.
14
But
for
you know, if
Maynard.
you can hold them around, you know, 1 or 2 touchdowns, it's really an uphill climb for any team in Central Mass to try to beat Littleton if they're only going to score 12, 15 points themselves.
So tonight we're also going to be monitoring the Air Shirley versus Lunenburg game
Yeah.
as Maynard plays Air next week and
The
Tigers
still
Littleton
running.
plays
2
Lunenburg.
minutes, 30 seconds to win the game.
The other big
4th
game
down.
that's going on tonight is St. Bernard's against Quab and can have a big impact on
Ball
Littleton's
throw
playoff.
high and
Long
deep.
ball, toss downfield.
And
Get
it
it.
is complete.
Nice catch there, but
Ball is caught by number 22, Aaron Jacobson.
number 22, Aaron Jacobson with the
So
bomb.
Maynard converts.
Ball was up in the air for a long
And 4th and
time.
long.
Like Connor Bassett was in on the coverage there. He was there. He was giving up an inch or 2 in height, and the receiver got to manage to reel it in. So with just under 2 minutes to go, Maynard gets their deepest foray into Tiger territory. Ball on the 11-yard line.
To be
I'll say
first
the
and
first and goal,
Maynard
10-yard line. First
from
and
the
goal
Littleton
from the
5.
10-yard line with a minute 45 left to go here in the ball game. Maynard trying to scratch out that second touchdown.
And
Inside
Peterson gets the
handoff.
ball up the middle.
Oh, he's moving that ball good.
Peterson.
Touchdown.
And Peterson puts it in for his
Peterson
second.
really earned that
Maynard
one. He
Tiger
got
touchdown
hit.
of the evening.
After a very short gain, he got hit. He just kept moving the file forward, and it's all the way down the goal line and scores a touchdown. So with a minute and a half to go, the Maynard Tigers, who scored on their opening possession, look like they're also going to score on their last possession. Fortunately, they didn't score on any of the possessions in between. So 42-12 here in favor of Littleton with a minute and a half left to go in the ball game.
Yeah, it looks like he just squeezed his way across the plane, over the line, and that's a 42-12. And looks like this time they're going to go for the 2-point conversion, not
Maynard lines up to go for 2.
the extra point kick.
And it's going to be a quick fix, number 23, Zach Oglovich.
Yep, Oglovich
And
in
he
for the
puts it in.
conversion there.
Now
Shoved
Oglovich
towards the back of the end
converts.
zone by Ryan Clark, but not until after he broke the goal line. So
2-point conversion.
42-14.
Littleton,
In favor
42.
of Littleton here with a minute and a half to
Maynard,
go.
14.
But one thing that we discussed about in the top of the broadcast is that, Sean Peterson, is that going to hurt Maynard? And it certainly did. They went to his brother, Stephen Peterson, a lot up the middle, and he got some good yardage, and he also got a touchdown. I believe he got another one back in the first quarter. Back in the first quarter. So, with the with Sean Peterson absent, that really hurt Maynard a lot. And if Peterson played tonight, the score would have been much closer. Instead of 42-14, it could have been 42-34, something like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I say, last year, Littleton scored over 40 points, but he also gave up over 30 because of Peterson. He was the man. He had over 300 yards of total offense between plays from scrimmage and kick returns. I think the difference is that his brother put forth a tremendous effort tonight. Really played hard. He deserves every accolade. But I don't think he necessarily has the same breakaway speed, game-changing speed that Sean does. Sean being 2 years older. That definitely made an impact. And to Maynard's credit, they won a bunch of games without Sean. I wouldn't have necessarily predicted that would have been the case. Until tonight, they've managed to overcome that absence. But tonight just was too much for them to do.
And Wilkie lets a low line drive go.
Kick, Elijah Pirate,
Pirate's
gonna
gonna
corral
field
it on. Oh, he's just going to down
Number
it.
15 and take a knee.
16-yard line, good job there. I think he was instructed to do that by Coach Lind, or actually it was Coach Whitcomb, Tim Whitcomb, who's been with the program for over 10 years. He's a special teams coach among several other roles that he has. I think he just decided, let's down the ball, and get anybody hurt, covering kicks.
Well, now if you're Littleton, you don't need to score any points. You're up, 42-14. You still have about a minute and a half to go, 1:25 exactly. So, now's the time when you can start experimenting with plays that maybe you didn't like in practice,
The first down.
stuff like
and
that,
10
and see how they work. Put in
from
your
their own 15-yard line.
put in the plays that are on the bench,
And the blockman takes
Or-
a knee to get the clock
or you can do
running.
this.
Well, yeah, I think Maynard's going to concede here. I don't think they're going to bother burning their timeouts. This wouldn't work if Maynard decided they
And we are
felt it was
approaching
worthwhile to continue.
1 minute to go in the game.
I think Coach Lynn probably
Once
realized
again, the
the
next
Maynard
game
coaching
will
staff
be played here at Alumni
decided that enough's
Field
enough. We
on
don't need to
Thursday,
risk
November
anybody getting
28th
hurt.
at the 10 a.m.
As a
kickoff.
matter of fact, I think Sean Pearson got hurt on an extra point attempt in a game that had already been decided. He was the holder. They weren't trying to do anything fancy, but it was a bad snap. He picked it up. He's tried to run the ball, and he strained his hamstring, and he hasn't been back since. So I think both coaches realizing there's no need to try and have something like that happen again. So Tigers will take a couple of knees. Maynard, even though they have timeouts, so you can see that. Let the clock run out. So Ryan, a solid 42-14 victory for Littleton, putting a strangle. We talked about the top of the telecast. They put a stranglehold on the league title. They got to beat Lunenburg and Air, but they're certainly capable of doing that. And they put a nice. They're obviously in the playoffs now. I don't think there's any way they can. They know they can't be mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. But more importantly, they have a chance of securing home field playoff throughout the playoffs if they can finish out the run next week.
Yes, and it's been an excellent game tonight. Travis Bassett, the hero, you could say, just, you know, offensively, about 4 or 5 touchdowns. I think I recorded 5 on my stat sheet.
And
About 5 touchdowns.
on the field.
This has just been an incredible game.
Littleton
42-14.
6-0 on the season.
Tigers,
They are
Littleton, that
4-0
is,
undefeated
goes
in
undefeated.
State.
And now we got to watch on how Air Shirley
The
does
next
versus Lunenburg.
game that your Littleton Tigers are playing
We are
today
on. Littleton is on the road next week, Ryan, against Lunenburg. But I would say that everybody should plan on being back here in 2 weeks. 7 o'clock start on a Friday night for the playoff game. It's the first year of the new format, playoff format. The Tigers are primed to take advantage of it, make a deep run, they're taking care of business. Home field advantage. The next time we get together, it'll be playoff football here in Littleton at Alumni Field.
I cannot wait for it.
I'm done.
And we would like to take a shout out to our cameramen, Nathan Crory and Matthew Crory, and of course our boss, Mark Crory, and the production truck back doing all the camera switching and all that fun stuff.
You know, if we did have a road game, we could get Mark to get a school bus and paint it. And we could go out on the road like the Partridge Family. We could be like a traveling production unit, right? We'll have to think about it. We'll have to have a production meeting and see if we can figure something like that out. All right, so we'll be back in 2 weeks, folks, with playoff football. So mark your calendars. We'll go take care of business next week against Lunenburg, Ryan, and we'll be back in 2 weeks.
All right, can't wait for it.
All right, thanks for tuning in, everybody, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.